And folks, we have a very special treat, a very special guest up here in the booth. Mariners Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr. is in town. Junior, it's great to see you, buddy. What brings you to the Oakland Coliseum?
Well, what brings me here is I got my first hit here, and it's the last time that the team will be here, and so I figured that I'd fly in, and it's bookends for me. It's bittersweet.
Right. And the pitch on the way to Crawford is going to be a strike called, and we are underway. Welcome to Mariners baseball. Sparse crowd here in Oakland as this ballpark is winding down. Junior, I was fortunate to see that first base hit. You hit a double into the gap in left center field off of Dave Stewart. First at bat in the big leagues. Next offer, JP, a swing and a fly ball straight away left field. Seth Brown is there. But prior to the game, of course, you're taking batting practice, and I see so many players come up to you, big leaguers, established big leaguers. Dave Parker comes up to you. What was that first day like in the big leagues?
Nerve-wracking. It was good because I only had to leave a couple of tickets because my mom was here. But other than that, it was just a blur. I remember running out on the field, taking a little BP, national anthem, getting introduced, and then Dave could have rolled the ball up there and I was going to swing.
Dave Stewart. That had to be quite a moment. Your first at bat in the big leagues. Here's the next pitch. Julio swinging a foul back. Count evens at 1-1. Buddy, you got a pitch that you could drive, and it went out there in left center.
Well, you're always taught that when you're up at the plate, take one pitch, that you can hit. You're not going to get 3, 4, 5 pitches to hit, but when you get that one, make a good pass at it. And I just happened to hit it in the left center field gap and ran and, got to second and put the one out. And I don't remember anything after that.
Really? Wow. What'd you do with the baseball?
It's at my house. I still have it.
2,781 career base hits, and that was your first one at this ballpark. Spring training, 1989. Was there much talk of you making the team as a 19-year-old,
No. What the talk was early in spring was, we don't know if we're going to send you to AA or AAA, but we're going to let you play and see where we're going to put you. And so after a couple weeks, they were like, we can't move him. We're just going to keep him here and see what he can do. And when I signed out of high school, I didn't give the Mariners, an ultimatum. I want this paid. I want this. It was very important for me to be the #1 pick overall. And it wasn't about the money. It was just, I wanted to be the #1 guy. Not too many people could say that. And we were able to get a deal done. And George Argyris was the owner. And when they made the decision of keeping me, he said they didn't mess with us about the signing. So if you guys think he's ready, then let's do it. And that's how I got to be in the big leagues.
I was so happy we signed you instead of Mike Harkey. Nothing against Mike Harkey. How did you like playing at this ballpark? And when you came up, the Oakland A's, they were one of the best teams in all of baseball. They had the Bash brothers, McGuire, Canseco, Dave Henderson. What was it like playing against those guys in this park?
It was a battle. These guys wanted to beat you mentally and physically. I mean, you just have to, when you came here or when you faced Oakland, I mean, those guys, won some championships, guys that MVPs and Rookie of the Years, and they knew how to play baseball, and you had to beat them. And getting beat the first couple of years, you sort of learn, like, hey, we ain't going to do this no more. We're going to have to, do some things to, there was a couple of team fights and things like that, but they weren't going to be pushed around, and we had to learn not to be pushed around.
Who was the one guy who was here in this ballpark at that time when you made your debut that settled you in and helped you out more than anybody else?
There were quite a few people. It's just not one. If you look at our team, Harold, Val, Alvin, Mickey Brantley, Darnell Coles, Jeffrey Leonard, all these guys pretty much took me under their wing, made sure that I was doing the right thing. And then when I got on the road, Chili Davis, Kirby Puckett, Eddie Murray, Dave Winfield, they made sure that there were places for me to eat. I mean, I'd get ride back to the hotel. And it's really crazy because even when I was 30 and I was in Cincinnati my first year, we go to Pittsburgh and Willie Stargell tells me to get in the car. I'm taking you home.
We talked about your opening day at this ballpark. What other memories do you have here of the Oakland Coliseum, Junior?
Just being able to come here and watch so many great players come back. You know, when Reggie came and you know, even musicians, you know, MC Hammer coming in and things like that.
Boy.
Yeah.
For the A's.
But one of my memories is they just played a football game and they rolled the stands back and I dove and I came back and I felt that I played on turf because I was all scuffed up because I didn't realize how hard it is with the stands being there and how the ground was packed and how fast it played after that.
And then, Junior, you came home after the road trip, game against the Chicago White Sox, your first game in the Kingdome, your first home run, opposite field home run off of Eric King of the Chicago White Sox. Here's the lineup and the pitch. Check swing. Does he go? Yes, he does. And the count is 0-2. What do you recall about opening day at the Kingdome?
Well, just, you know, you always want to make a good impression in front of your home crowd for the first time. And I didn't think about hitting home runs. I mean, you look at my dad. My dad wasn't a home run hitter. He had 152 career home runs.
Wow.
Hit 22 as a career high. And I basically patterned my game after him. And later on in my career, I was able to elevate the ball a little bit more. And and he said it when I was 14 that I was going to hit more home runs than him.
At 14?
And I looked at him like he was crazy. Like, you know, you're just saying that, you know, to build confidence in a young man. And he was like, no, you're doing things that I couldn't do. And what helped me is, like, I didn't have to worry about being the guy.
Yeah.
When I came here, I didn't have to worry about, I was the young kid, so it was like, we're going to let this kid develop. He's going to make a lot of mistakes. And, you know, I had some guys that talked about baseball. And, you know, that's what they were worried about, is they were worried about, okay, this is a 19-year-old kid. We've got to make sure he's going to be around. He's the future of this game. And it didn't hit me till I was like 22 what they were doing. Going to different cities, they make sure I was all right. They, you know, calling me in the offseason. I mean, I still talk to Chili Davis, you know, once or twice a month.
Really?
He just calls to check in, you know. And
it's great to have those guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of guys to make sure one kid's okay.
You're not kidding. And they took care of you. Shea Langoliers with a swing and a foul back, and the count is 0-1. Tell us a little bit about your family. Your little guy is not so little anymore. He's playing football for Boise State.
Yeah, he's at Boise. Defensive back. His first year here, got there in January, so he's learning the whole new system. Nice. Trey's with the Cardinals, Phoenix Cardinals. He works in their youth development program.
Nice.
My daughter just got a job. So she is trying to get off my payroll, but I don't think she'll ever get off my payroll. That might be my fault because having, you know,
Taryn.
Yeah. So it's good. I mean, they're doing fine. Melissa's fine. We got a little puppy. I shouldn't say she's little. She's 85 pounds.
Wow. I get it.
She's a lap dog.
Yeah. Here's the pitch to Langoliers, and it's up high for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. What's it like now, Junior, to see Dan Wilson as the manager of this team, Edgar Martinez, the current hitting coach of the ball club, and when are you going to suit up?
You know, it's good. It's good to see, you know, the guys that play in this organization giving back to the younger kid. I mean, they got so much knowledge of the game. Dan is well respected on and off the field. So is Edgar. And to have these guys in the clubhouse, these guys are going to learn a lot about, you know, from the hitting side, you know, because Edgar wasn't a home run hitter. He's going to teach them how to hit the ball in the gap and take advantage of what they're giving them.
I love it.
Dan is going to calm some people down, but he's also going to get in some people's faces, you know, if they're not doing a job. I mean, I there when he jumped all over Randy at home. I mean, on the mound. I just happened to ask him what he say. Hey, we just had a friendly discussion. I said, it didn't look so friendly when you took off your mask.
But you have to be that as the manager. Sometimes, bad on the butt. Sometimes not so much.
Right. Sometimes, but he's very even-keeled, and that's what you like. I mean, the first couple games, it's getting his feet wet, and he understands a lot of things that are going on, and he wants these guys to do well and finish strong.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. The Mariners trying to gain some ground in Houston, trying to gain some ground in the wild card. Now they're set by Kirby. And the next offer on the way, swinging a foul back behind home plate by Langoliers. And the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. How much, living in Florida, do you keep up with the organization? I know you're part of ownership of the ball club, and on a day-to-day basis.
I watch the games through my Vision Pros. My wife got the TV, and, it's a chance that we sit together and I can watch the game to the side of the TV, but still watch the stuff that she's watching, even though I look like a space cadet.
You got that thing on.
Yeah, but I can watch the game. And what's really good is like when you're on, like I'm on the plane, I can block everything out. But it's one of those things. I watch probably a good 85 to 90% of the games.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Fastball on the way. Strike 3 called. Langoliers caught looking. And that'll bring up left fielder Seth Brown. But Junior, we want to thank you for coming by and spending time with us. We wish you and your family all the best. Thank you so much, buddy. It's always a treat.
Thank you.
Ken Griffey Jr., Mariners Hall of Famer.